Let's work. Yo, it's go time, showtime, never backing down time. One shot, yo, make it count, yo. Crunch time, shine time, make this moment my time. Get a grip, yo. Ready,
all right, guys, welcome to the Off the Bench podcast. We have Nick Zientek in the studio with us today. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? What's going on?
How are you?
Good, man. Very good.
Dude, it's good to have you in here. You know why?
Why's that?
Because you're a freaking new producer.
Yeah.
And you're smoking people that have been here for years. And I like that shit. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you went full-time February?
Yeah.
Okay. How much did you submit last week? Or the week in the last 30 days, how much did you submit total?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's over 60 families.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, I did a call earlier today and they were like, can you tell me how many people you speak to before you get an agent the right piece of, I'm like, dude, I don't give a rip.
Yeah.
Like I talk to as many as I need to talk to get what I need to get.
Right.
So I didn't really track that stuff either, but it's you, I know you worry about issue paid more so than what you start, but you got to submit it to issue pay.
Right.
So we started this podcast to kind of help people that were maybe on the bench, get on the field.
Right.
Right. Or if you were not on the field, now you're on the field, but you've been on the field since you came here. I'm going to let you rip. We go for about 13 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. What you think people need to hear to do what you've been able to do in such a short period of time?
So, yeah, man, get on the field, right? Once you get on the field, it's offense. This is an offense game.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? So, like, this is not some games to play both. This is strictly offense. Get on, look forward, no licking your wounds and looking back on things that could have happened, things that didn't pay out. Just keep going forward. That's why, you know, like you said, I don't even know what my issue pay was. I just try to kill every single day that I'm in the field.
Okay.
Every single day I'm on the phones, I try to set myself up to have beautiful days in the field. And then it's just continue to press. And then that's the game. And it's really not much more complex than that. And the same thing, you know, I would have people ask me the same thing. What's the ratio? What's the close ratio? What's this ratio? Everybody's ratio is going to be different.
That's right.
How much time do you put in? Are you honing on your skills? Are you developing what's necessary for sales? Like, are you educating yourself? Are you training yourself? Are you really sympathetic and empathetic towards the clients? You know what I mean? Like, are you finding their need, or are you just trying to catch a check? So all of that's going to, the checks come. You know, value in the marketplace always produces money. You know what I mean? Like, the more valuable you are, the more money you're going to make. So instead of worrying about the money first, worry about becoming more valuable, and then money's going to follow that.
Okay.
Period. Right.
So yeah, no, I get it. I mean, that makes all the sense in the world. And I love what you say about it being on offense, because you never were afraid to. I think too many people play this game defensively,
Scared.
and it doesn't work.
No.
When it comes to leads, when it comes to office, when it comes to staff, it's just they're scared to death. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway, just because people are going to want me to know. Were you ever scared? Not scared. Were you ever
Uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Always.
Okay.
Live there.
You live there.
I live there, man. Because if you're not, then where are you at? You're complacent. And then you're neutral. And then you never drift forward in neutral. Like, wouldn't it be nice if that was the way of the world, man? But it's not. Either you're in neutral or reverse in my book, man. So it's like you either moving forward or nothing.
So and being uncomfortable is not scared. It's two very different things. Right.
Uncomfortable. You know, you develop anxiety. It's growth, man. You know what I mean? Like, all life should be growth and it's uncertainty. You know, it's the same thing all the way around the board. You know, if you have children, you have anxiety, man. You're nervous. You're scared because you don't know what to expect.
Sure.
Right. Same thing in a matrimony. You're nervous. You don't know what to expect.
Right.
You know. So, but it's okay. You know, you will figure it out. Place yourself in the uncomfortable position and then adapt. That's the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being versatile in all situations, man. Saying, look, I'm intentionally putting myself into this situation, and I'm going to figure it out. Hell or high water.
That's right.
You know,
dude, I love your attitude, because it's really why. And I did the whole Zoom with today before when you were coming in with a group, and all I talked about was your mindset. And and you know, you can see some people going like, is he going to talk about anything that's important? And I'm laughing, going like, you're going to, like, I could go over everything I do on a daily basis, step by step, and it ain't going to help you because your attitude sucks.
Right.
Like, legit, your attitude sucks. So you're never going to win. Dude, that's hysterical when you think about this. And I love, you're either moving forward or you're going backwards. There's just no staying still. And I you know, what fun would it be if it was that way anyway? Like, can you imagine if every time you were a boxer, every time you got in the ring, the guy across from you was just going to knock out in 2 seconds.
Right.
He didn't stick his hands up. He didn't fight back. I mean, how boring would that be?
Just super boring. And
Right.
even with that, like even if the opposite, you know, I would still have anxiety. Even if somebody's super green, because I'm not going to go in there dumb.
Sure.
Right. And be like, oh, no, he can't just throw a crazy punch and catch me.
Yeah.
Like that's stupid.
That's a
You know
dumb
what I
way to
mean?
look
Like,
at
you
it.
always have anxiety. Anxiety is nothing more, fear is a sense of awareness, man. You got to pay
Correct.
attention to what's going on in life. So I think if you always kind of place yourself in positions to have that, you're only going to become more astute, more aware of your surroundings and what's going on. And that's all the way around the board. That's in business. That's with your children. That's in your matrimony. Like, you don't want to just be like, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I'm with you.
That's when things drift south, man. Quick.
Yeah. So when something's not going your way, tell me how you handle it. Cause I love how you handle problems, adversity, because it's a big part of why you're winning too.
Yeah, so it's you know, I just like to run into the problem. First of all, you know, I'm always looking for a problem. I broke this down on a Zoom a little while ago.
Yes, you did.
First thing people do is they have a goal. Second thing is they have a problem. You know, and that's where a lot of people either fight or flight. You know, so I always know that a problem's coming. As soon as I find that problem, or it finds me, whatever happens first, because one of the two is going to come. right. I diagnose it, I create a design and a strategy to fix it, and then I execute. And then I just continuously do that. You know, like, the thing is the problem. Like, a lot of people, they get hit off guard with the problem, like it's not supposed to come. And when it comes, it's like, I knew this was going to happen. You know what's going to happen. You weren't prepared for it, nor are you even preparing now that it has happened. So you're still in a defense position. You know, there's too much defense. Like, it has to be a point of offense. Okay, I got hit like that this time. I'm going to do this next time. I'm going to, you know, like, break it down, create a design and a solution for it, and then don't let it happen again. Yeah. And if it does happen again, then fix it. Again. You know what I mean? Like, again.
It means you're still doing something wrong.
And that's okay. If it takes you 5 times, but what's not okay is quitting. You know what I mean? The difference between failing and being a failure is quitting. Failing is a part of winning. Like, it's a part of a process. But if you quit, then you're a failure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's all the way around, man. That's in matrimony. That's in parenting. Like, you can be a parent and be a quitter. I would rather somebody, like, my father quit. My mom struggled. You know what I mean? Like, she struggled with her own, what she was going on, man, but she never quit. And I hold more respect for a failure than a quitter. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Like,
no doubt.
So that's just got to be it, man. Like, fail strong, man.
When I look back at our journey, Jamie and I's journey, every time we did something, had a failure, had an issue, had a problem, the biggest growth happened coming out of that. And And I look at a lot of the other guys that I've been in business with for years. Sean, I look at Mark Mead, I look at Andrew Taylor, I look at John Wetmore, and I see their journey. And I know most of the tough stuff everybody's been through. It's been at separate times, but their biggest growth came out of that as well. And I go, that's not by chance, right? It's because usually those types of things give you the best lessons. And if you take those lessons and apply something to it, you usually come out looking better, right?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. But people either go, I knew this was going to happen, or they go, I can't believe this happened. One or the other. Either way, you're an idiot, because I love that. Like, honestly, when things are going really, really good, I don't want to say I want trouble, but I almost like am waiting for something bad to happen, because we're not moving as fast as we should be, which means we need to catch another lesson. And usually they're pretty expensive lessons, or they suck, and you're really uncomfortable for a short period of time, and then you're growing, right? So can you talk about what you're doing on a weekly basis, what your schedule looks like, what your family life looks like? Because you have kids, you love your kids, you have a wife, you love your wife, you spend time with them still, but they all are aware of what you're trying to accomplish. I mean, your wife's in here with you today, and she's working with you now, which is awesome. Not saying everybody should have their wife work with them, but I think if it's the right mix, it works really well. Worked well for Jamie and I. Right. Can you kind of just share what you've got going on now, and what you have, what you're shooting for in 2023 and forward?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. So my wife is working with me. We actually met at work, though. You know, so I already knew, I had a good grip of how she works. Right? Okay. You know, and this was 10 years ago. And again, do want to disclose that is not for everybody, because that could bring problems in the matrimony.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, like, you know, because it becomes, you bring business and your home life, and you try to collide them. Sometimes they don't collide right, man. Then it's like, well, so-and-so's doing it. Why can't you help me? You know what I mean? Then that's a problem in matrimony. So it's like, and if that's the case, man, just keep it separate. Right. But, you know, so my wife's helping me dial now. You know, we're working together. She's helping me dial. She's helping me schedule appointments. She's helping me with, like, admin stuff and stuff like that. So My job is just to, go out and sell, and then of course help her schedule as well. So her and I dial Mondays together. I'll be in the field Tuesday and Wednesday, so that allows her, free time. Sometimes she'll dial a little bit Tuesday for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right? So if we, maybe have a couple appointments, 3 or 4 appointments, she can knock them out real quick. And then that also allows me that time in the morning with my girl. So I'll run later. Like I'll do from 12 to 7.
Okay.
I'll schedule 7 appointments, and then I'll do bridge appointments in between. So I have 10 appointments. So I'll be in the field Tuesday, Wednesday. Same thing. Thursday, same exact thing for Friday and Saturday. I'm in the field Friday and Saturday. But that allows me that time. And then again, my wife also has a very good understanding of what I'm doing, where I'm at, so she can convey that to my girls and allow them to know, what
Daddy's
I'm at,
out
what
there.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
But when I'm home, man, I'm home. You know what I mean? Like I try to make that time just as important as the time as everything else. Like I don't want to be in the field and thinking about my house. And I don't want to be in the house thinking about my
dude. That's so huge. Yeah, now and listen, we teach that. I literally, I swear to you, 2 hours ago, I literally said the same thing on that call. Like when you're home, be home. When you're at work, be at work. Where did you pick that up? You read a lot too, don't you?
Brian Tracy. Yeah. It was actually in his book.
Yeah. The Psychology of Selling.
Yeah, exactly.
The book changed my life, and that's where I learned that from as well. That's crazy. So. And then your wife is telling your girls like Daddy's out working to provide for you, like, and that's a big deal. Like, you get a lot of these. I'm not gonna choose a gender. You get some wives that are like, oh, Daddy's never home, or some husbands, Mommy's never home. Like, no, you could do that, and you're gonna screw your kids up, or you could be like, no, Daddy's out fighting for our family.
Or
he'll be back.
Happening, man. Like later in life, once the children become adults, they wind up resenting the person who was saying that.
No doubt,
because it's like, oh, he was doing that. Now I understand why, and you threw this. You were putting negative thoughts in my mind at that time. They understand once they're older.
When they get smart enough. I had an ex-wife. I've been through that.
And then I'm not.
And the kids didn't realize.
Not to double down on sex, but my girls don't need 2 mothers. I don't need to be home all the time. I'm not supposed to be home all the time.
That's right.
I'm supposed to be out making things happen, man, and making sure that they have a nice house to be home to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the thing, and I think we're getting away from that. Society is when everybody wants to work from home and do everything from home, and don't want to go out and make it happen. Like, what happened to that, man? What happened to go make it happen by any means? By any means.
What happened to get punched in the face, get back up?
Without a doubt.
Hell, that's almost like against the law at this point in time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, society has gotten soft, and this isn't. But that's why I love this business, because this ain't a soft business.
No.
Like, you could come here and try and be soft, and you're gonna get punched in the face. You're gonna get run over. You're gonna quit, which is good, because I want you to quit. I don't want you around. I don't want weak people.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it brings everything down. It is a good filter system. I love that. All right, so you guys work together. You're running Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Yep. And what is your goal?
Overall, I want to serve 1,000 families.
1,000 families.
Yeah, so I'm figuring out the metrics and figuring out the strategy to do that. So I'm kind of getting on track for that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to start building out too.
I
was kind of hesitant of it at first, but I did it how I want to do it.
That's
I wanted to have
a
proof of concept. I wanted to have receipts. I wanted to where my team knows Nick's in the front line with me. He's out there blazing the trail. He's going to be able to give me the game that I need. Well, and that's important to me.
It is huge. Well, and you heard what Mark said today, right? Like, and that's I could have actually, if I'd approached you a little different, we need help. Do you know anybody can help us? You might have said, okay.
Makes sense.
So I learned something today.
Right.
And I ain't mad at you. You're from where I was sitting, like anybody would have followed you regardless, because you were just working. But, we all learn. We still learn and grow every day. But I think, and there's something to be said about, also letting folks do things on their own, because they have to.
Right.
Because it's not my business. It's your business. I'm here to help you.
Right.
Is there ways I could trick you into moving a little bit faster for your own sake? Probably.
Right.
But you're going to wind up where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there, right?
No doubt.
So what's your goal for a team?
So as far as numbers, man, I honestly don't know, but my number one goal is just to have a culture, man, a culture of strong people who are just willing to go make it happen by any means, who are willing to go get punched in the face. Those are the people I need to surround myself with, and then that multiplies, man. So if I have 5 of those, man, 5 lines, right, and 100 sheep, I'll rather that. And then they can multiply. Hopefully they can recruit like-minded individuals as well. I just don't want to have an atmosphere and a culture to where I have to motivate people. I'd rather be able to inspire them. Yeah. Motivation dies quick, man.
It does.
Motivation is like a 7-minute deal. You watch a video, you're amped up, you want to do this, and then tomorrow you're flat. Somebody who inspires you when you're in the depths and you're in the nitty gritty in the mud, you're gonna think, what would Nick do right now?
That's right.
That's what I need. You know what I mean? To where they're like, oh, he had to have done this solution because he got to where he's at.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I like think that's far more. My grandfather's been gone for a long time, and I still think like, what would he be doing in this situation?
Right.
You know what I mean? And that gives me the answer. I don't have to call. I don't have him to call. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like there's nobody. Sometimes motivation is like it's just so temporary, man. You know,
it is
I want to be an inspiration. I think that's the highest form of any type of character, man. It's somebody who can inspire somebody. Really, you know what I mean?
Really inspire. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, well, I think if you know, if you build the culture that you're looking for, it just becomes the norm. And that's when when working your ass off, working 12-hour days, never quitting, investing crazy amounts of money, doing all this stuff that society looks at as a little bit nuts.
Right.
When it's a culture built like that and it's normal, that's where it gets scary.
Yeah.
It really does. And you'll see that because I don't know, but if I had to guess, just the people you'll attract and the ones that'll want to be attracted to you, you won't attract any weak people. They'll be way too uncomfortable to be around, which is good because you know, I watched Mike Killamit do this, and John Wetmore. They had agents driving 6-7 hours to run appointments. That was normal. And then we're up here in Maryland, and people are like, "That appointment's an hour away." I'm going like, "That's my fault." Like our culture it isn't set for just crazy stuff to be normal. You'd be surprised what you can minimize, and what people will start. Like you look at SEALs, the shit they go through, and it just becomes normal.
Yeah.
Everybody like you're a pretty tough guy, but you'd be like, "Yo, that shit's crazy." Right?
Yeah.
So if you train your brain, your body enough, you can develop a whole team of Nicks, dude. You'll be at 1,000 families a month, board member, before you can shake a stick.
And then even like you said, man, like I want people who, if you have to drive 7 hours, go to, you know, if you're the lineman, go to where the gazelle are.
Yeah.
Don't wait for it to cross your path to come into your neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like if they're not there, go get it, man.
Go get it.
And then why do I got to tell you that? You know what I mean? Like why do I have to tell you go get the carcass and bring it back to your family? You ain't doing it for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to motivate you and inspire you all the time to go do what you need to do. Look at your wife and tell her you're a quitter and a loser.
Right.
Do that or go get it. You know what I mean? Like so that's kind of what it boils down to. But then they'll so many excuses, man. You can find them everywhere. You know, you can find them anywhere and everywhere, man. But there's only a certain, very minimum hard pass that you have to take.
Yeah.
And then they don't want to do that.
No, they don't.
But they can do it, man. Anybody can do it.
Anybody can. Very few will. But they all want the result, right?
Yeah. They want the final result, man.
They want the final result, but they don't want to go through all that nonsense in the beginning to get it. You know, or in the middle. Yeah.
So you have a goal, and then you have all the crap in the middle, and then you have an end result, man. And then everybody's end result is different. Hopefully it's audacious and it's big, man. You know what I mean? Like with me, I wouldn't hand my daughters the baton of grit and tenacity and say, take this and keep going.
Right.
You know what I mean? And see how far you could take it, and then you give it back.
Sure.
Because if I do all of this and then I acquire wealth and then I give it to the kids, right, and they don't have the knowledge and intellect to continue to keep it going, then I did it all for nothing. Then I still didn't accomplish the mission. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
right.
So it's all the way around the board. So again, when I'm home, man, I need to make sure that I'm educating them and teaching them about finances, about money, about character and integrity, and being a leader, especially now, right?
Yeah.
I tell my daughter every day, man, going to school, like, what is a leader? And she'll tell me one who could think for themselves. You know what I mean? Because now we're in society in a world, man, to where nobody can have an origin of the thought. Yeah. Everybody just thinks what they hear, they think what's on social media, and then they adopt that belief to see to it that that's true. Right. But they don't even have a origin of their own thought. Like, do I really believe this is true? Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's dangerous.
It's dangerous, man, because then you go away with the wind and you believe in everything, but you don't stand on nothing, right? Yep. And then so you're just a follower. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, if you cannot think for yourself, if you like a pair of shoes because somebody else has them, great. But do you really like the shoes, or you like them because he right? You know what I mean? Like, or whatever that is, right? But that's so I drill my kids, man.
Good for you. Yeah. Good for you.
Try to make sure they know.
That's
they know
right.
what to expect.
So if I'm tough enough to come work with you, how would I get a hold of you?
You could Instagram is Nicholas Zientek. Phone number 443-492-8555. And then I mean, like I tell people, look, man, I will help you. I'll show you how to do it, but I can't do it for you. Right. I can. You got to get on the horse, take it to water. I'll show you where the water's at.
Right. I can lead the horse to water. I can't make it drink.
You got to get on your horse. You got to ride the damn horse yourself.
That's right.
And then it could change your life. It definitely can. But it's, do you want to change it? Like, the system is there. The system could change your life. But if you don't want it bad enough, you don't want to have to go through what you got to go through to get there, don't expect it to happen. There's no army coming to save you.
No army coming. And listen, just so people aren't confused, like, it's not been what you've done and some of the small minor things that you've been through haven't been like, whoa, right? I mean, it's I think it's more of that grit, daily grind, and the repetition of the mundane shit that people don't want to do.
Right.
Is what really knocks most of them out. Like, you refuse to stop.
The funny thing is, man, I was just talking about this, like the lead up to this, right? So all the hustles and all the little endeavors that I've done, man, Frank, prior to this.
Yeah.
By the time I got to this, I saw the gift horse. I'm like, oh, okay. Finally, I found it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I was looking, this didn't come, I was looking for this. I was looking for this opportunity to where I could see, okay, here's a business model. All I got to do is plug and play this thing.
Right.
Right. That's what everybody wants. They want a franchise. They want this. They want that. Like, this is essentially that. Like,
That's
the business model is in place, you know? So I look at the gift horse and I see, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Finally found you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then a lot of people just don't put in the preparation and the work, or they can't acknowledge the fact that this is it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They got a plan B.
It's a plan B, or it's a scam, or it's a this, and then they go to the excuse line, right? And then they wind up going all the way down that trail. But then you have people who, again, that was the importance of me. Like, if it's well, that's funny. It might be a scam to you, but it's
definitely real to me.
definitely real to me. So you can ask my kids and my wife what's going on.
That's right.
Like, and they'll tell you the truth. And again, so like, and then that's why the proof of concept thing is strong, man. Because it's like, I'm doing this by myself. Ain't nobody doing this for me. You know what I mean? Like,
That's right.
It's no team that I'm trying to exploit and take advantage of. So once I do have my team, man, it's like, I'm doing this for y'all. I don't, like, you guys would tell me when I first started, like, look, with or without you, you know what I mean? Like, I'm already doing what I got to do.
Right.
And I think that that's so important. Like, if people want to come and we work together, let's do it. But either way, I'm going. So you can stay here or you can come with me. But either way, I'm going. So,
dude, it's funny you say that, because I've said that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't, like, with or without you, we're good. Mm-hmm. Meaning, I don't need you to go work for me. Mm-mm. And there's more people than not take that statement as, you're an ass, you don't want me, or you don't need me. Mm-hmm. And it's not that. The statement is, I don't need your money. Mm-hmm. I don't need you to go sell to provide for me.
Right.
And that's the beautiful thing about 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 families a month. Right. A month is, I don't need you.
Nah.
And that's really what you're doing. And your team will appreciate that, because you don't have to tell them anything that they don't need to hear, because you don't need them to go out and sell. Or if they say, you know what, I don't want to do this, it's not going to affect your family. And it's not that we want people to quit, but I'd rather you quit and go get a job than stay here and not make money and then blame us. Just make a move one way or the other, right? Mm-hmm. So I love that you took that statement and you said, I get it. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make myself valuable to you to where you want me here, but I know you don't need me.
No doubt.
And that's a beautiful thing. I appreciate that. So last, if you had one piece of advice to give new agents that have been here for a little bit but aren't where they want, what would it be?
Don't quit. Don't quit. Keep on going. Get through whatever you got to get through. Whatever you're not good at, ask somebody who is good at it. There's plenty of people here that can help you out with that, man. Your upline, if it's not your upline, your peer, anybody, man. Like, somebody's got the answers, and it's really not hard. Phones, schedule appointments, go see them, buy your leads. Don't be scared to buy your leads. Bet on yourself a little bit. It's not a job, it's a business.
Right.
And even when you think about lead spend, whatever the leads, the more money I spend on leads, the happier I get.
Right.
Because I know I'm about
That's
to make
money.
That's
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? So
That's right.
I like having big spend budgets on leads, because I know that means it's that many. It's so simple. That means it's that many more people I'm talking to. Guess what? If I'm not good, I'm going to get that much better. Yep. Right. Because I have that many more reps I get to get in.
Yep.
But then once you get good, then you know whatever X you do to your money, like, then it's like, all right, I want to spend as much as I possibly
That's
can.
right.
You know,
That's right.
Hopefully they have enough leads in there for me to buy.
Dude, I love your mindset, man. I really do. I love seeing what you're doing. I'm excited that you and Deanna are working together. I think that's fantastic.
Me too.
Bought a new house.
Yeah.
I mean, your life has been changed, and it's 100% you. Like, we didn't do anything for you. I mean, literally. And that's, I talk about Deepa the same way. Yeah. Like, you already read the books you need. Your mindset was right. Yeah. All we had to do was point you in a direction, like, dude, this, and this, and you took off and ran. And so, it's for the right person that finds this opportunity. They're just going to see it for what it is and go. So I appreciate you, man. I love having you a part of the team, and I love using you as an example of what this can do, because it's fantastic.
Yep, exactly. Appreciate that too, man. And that's what I was saying. Set the
example.
example,
That's right.
and then people will follow.
That's it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on. We greatly appreciate you. Nick, thanks for coming up and sharing with us today. We'll definitely get you on again here real soon. Maybe we'll get Deanna on with Jamie. That'd be really awesome. Good. Yeah, we got to do that. So, guys, until next time, make it a big week. Look Nick up, hit him up. If you need help, we're all here to help. Take care. Bye.
Let's work. Yo, it's go time, showtime, never backing down time. One shot, yo, make it count, yo. Crunch time, shine time, make this moment my time. Get a grip, yo. Ready, set, go.